happy summer to you all as you interact with your kids over the summer and think about the fall coming and hoping that they perform well in whatever grade level they're going to be advancing to in the fall. You want to keep an eye out for certain red flags that might give you a warning that there's areas that they could struggle in come fall. So one would be, it's great to continue reading over the summer. So if your child doesn't desire to read, or if they really fight reading, that's a big red flag, because that might mean reading is difficult. So they struggle with fluency. And, if something's hard, human nature is to avoid it. So if they're avoiding reading, that's a red flag. It also could be an issue with comprehension. Maybe they're a pretty good reader, but when they read, they're not really retaining or understanding what they're reading, which obviously makes reading not all that fun. Another would be if they can't stay on task, just in simple things, like if you're having a movie night as a family and your child's constantly bored, even if it's a good movie, right? That can be an indicator that they have poor sustained attention. Like they can't sit for 90 minutes or 2 hours, even if there's something as engaging as a movie, to keep their attention skills stronger. It could also mean that they struggle to keep up with the movie, like they're not really comprehending what's happening in the movie, either because processing speed's not as strong or maybe comprehension. And that obviously would make watching a movie not all that fun either and make them prone to zone out. The other is if you just give them simple tasks, like, hey, I want you to spend some time today and clean your room. And if they're like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. How are you even asking me to do something so incredible, right? If they get easily overwhelmed by chores or multi-step functions or in transitions, that can be a sign of low processing speed, where it just seems like it's going to take them forever and they react that way. Well, that's a big struggle for school if processing speed is not as strong. Or if logic isn't as strong, cleaning a bedroom might seem like a big deal and they're not breaking it down to say, well, first I'm going to put away the shoes. Now I'm going to take care of these stuffed animals. Now I'm going to put away these toys. It just looks like this big intimidating problem. Lastly, if there's a lot of negative self-talk, if there's a lot of frustration with even small challenges where they're saying, I can't do it, I'm not smart, I'm stupid, that's a huge red flag that you want to get them help, because obviously they lack confidence, and often that lack of confidence can come from an inability. If you see any of these red flags, give us a call, because we can do an assessment and see what is potentially the root cause of those behaviors.